With such an extensive tenure as a part of this league comes an appreciation of how difficult it is to win championships and to do it consistently. I know it from a player's perspective, I know it from an AD perspective, and I know it from a commissioner's perspective. So I'm extremely proud of our institutions. You know, success starts with quality people, and the leadership on our campuses is second to none. And this is true throughout the ranks of our 15 schools. I'd be remiss not to take a few minutes to highlight just how remarkable our programs have been in recent years. The ACC has won 7 national championships in football, men's basketball, women's basketball, and baseball since 2015. That's the most of any conference. The next closest conference has 4. And we were the only league to win each of those 4 titles over that stretch. Our 7 national titles in those sports have come from 6 different programs. Virginia, 2019 men's basketball. Clemson, multiples, 2016 and 18 football. Notre Dame, 2018 women's basketball. Carolina, 2017 men's basketball. Duke, 2015 men's basketball, and in 2015 Virginia baseball. Our league has won more football national titles than any other conference since 2013. 3 of the last 6 in 2 different programs. And more men's basketball national championships than any other league since 2015. That's 3 of the last 5. Those 6 championships have come from 5 different schools. This past year, the ACC won the football and men's basketball national titles in the same academic year for the 4th time in our history, and the 2nd time in the last 3 years. And as you know, that just does not happen very often in this league or in any league. Clemson football has been a part of 3 of those 4 historical milestones. This past year, our programs won 16 national championships, 3 on the women's side, 3 on the men's side. UNC field hockey, Florida State women's soccer, Clemson football, UVA men's basketball, Duke women's golf, UVA men's lacrosse. We also had teams competing in the national championship game in women's basketball, Notre Dame, and women's lacrosse, Boston College. And in addition, in the women's soccer and women's golf finals, both of those featured 2 ACC teams. And that's really a good day when you're a commissioner, when you have 2 of your teams playing for a national championship, because most national championships are really stressful that you're trying to win, but when you're sitting there before a game and you know you're going to win it as a league, that's a pretty special day. Beyond the playing fields, tracks, and courts, our league continues to be progressive by striving to provide the best care and opportunities for our players and our programs. As a league, we continue to set the standard in virtually any annual academic measurement or ranking, whether it's U.S. News and World Report, the NCAA's APR and GSR, just to name a few. And I'm proud to say and proud of our institutions, because what I just said is not a sometime kind of thing. It's an annual kind of thing. Our schools do that on a regular basis. In April, we honored another exceptional class of ACC postgraduate scholarship recipients and presented Georgia Tech this year's ACC Game Changers Award for its service to the hurricane recovery efforts in Puerto Rico. In May, we launched the inaugural ACC Mental Health and Wellness Summit, which explored strategies and best practices for mental health care at each institution, as well as identifying ways to reduce the stigma of mental illness and promote access to mental health services on our campuses. As a league, we're committed to working with our institutional leadership, and I think most importantly, including both the ACC and our campus student-athlete advisory committees, because their input is instrumental in all of this, to explore and create meaningful programs and services for our athletes. As I stated before, what a terrific run the programs in this league have compiled. It's the strength of our schools, our student-athletes, our coaches, and our alumni and fans that have brought us to this unprecedented point in ACC history. Looking forward, the most significant opportunity that's upon us is the August 22nd launch of the ACC Network. Having the opportunity to do this with the terrific partner that we're working with has been a progression over time. It's been a journey. Significant milestones in the league's history over the past 15 years or so have brought us to this point. Critical milestones have been multiple expansions, as you're well aware, to strengthen our conference competitively and expand our geographic footprint, which now gives us the largest population and most television sets of any conference at our level. A grant of rights was critical from all 15 member schools as a commitment to each other and to provide full solidarity for the future. And a strong commitment to improving the overall quality and depth of our football as a league to meet the changing business model of college athletics that is more dominated than ever by the sport of football. And we needed to do that without losing our position as arguably the premier basketball conference in the country in both men's and women's basketball. I believe we have done that. Those events have put us in the position to partner with ESPN on the network. It needs to be built the right way for the long term. It needs to be built to last. Thus, a lot of thought has gone into when to launch, how it will look, and what its programming will be. The ACC Network will give our schools a national platform to showcase our campuses, our coaches, our student athletes. And this will result in 24/7 ACC programming, increased exposure for our athletic programs, our student athletes, our entire universities, and their communities. It'll bring unprecedented exposure for our women athletes and programs. Enhanced infrastructure through school broadcast studios and staffing. And our schools have done a magnificent job of stepping up to the plate in developing that infrastructure and broadcast studios on their individual campuses. Additional educational opportunities and real-world experience for students on our campuses that will be involved in this. And of course, increased revenue that will be distributed back to the universities for use as each campus deems appropriate. Now, at this time, I want to introduce someone for whom I have immense respect, Rosalind Durant. Roz is a Senior Vice President of ESPN's College Networks, and along with her outstanding team, and it is outstanding, has a number of ACC Network announcements to share with you. Stacy McCullum and Amy Rosenfeld on her staff will join her on stage. Roz, thanks for being with us, and I'll turn the microphone over to you.
Thank you, Commissioner. It is certainly a very, very exciting time. Good morning, everyone. It's really great